hope that you're feeling good today. I hope that you're feeling healing energy. And if you haven't felt that, may I shower you right now with love and healing energy and good energy and power and happiness and joy and all the amazingness of life. I just had an amazing conversation. I was invited to do this live with an organization that works with my former high school. And it was just such a beautiful experience. It's so beautiful to be able to be invited to speak at, your former school or somewhere where you worked that really inspired you so that you can inspire others. And in the conversation that I had with the student on live, we were talking about our own journeys to self-love, coming out, and celebration of Pride Month, and all of that. And one of the things that we both agreed upon and said that had been vital in our journeys was the fact that journal writing had truly changed our lives for the better. And, I want to say that journal writing has been one of the biggest, most vital, most healing parts of my existence, of my life. And I've found through whatever I've been going through, if I continue to do journal writing every day, if I follow that routine every day, whether it's for 5 minutes or an hour, it truly puts my mindset in a positive state. It truly helps me to better understand myself, be more self-aware, be more in touch with my emotions. And so I just want to talk about today how you can change your mindset to a positive mindset through journal writing. And some of you might be saying, yeah, Julia, okay, like what's writing down on paper gonna do for my mindset? A lot, honey, a lot. When I was little, I was an only child, so I didn't really have that many people to talk to. I grew up with a single mom, and she worked a lot, and I was home by myself growing up, as a middle school student a lot. So I had a time to truly reflect and start to write. And now when I had a journal when I was younger, I just wrote in it like every couple months, like when it came to me to write or when I had some sort of issue that I was working through. Because I had been gifted my first journal maybe when I was like 7 or 5, I'm not sure. And the process of writing down my emotions, writing down my feelings, however short it was, however long it was, started to be very therapeutic for me. Because the thing about journal writing is there's no wrong way to do it, and there's no right way to do it. It's just how you do it for yourself and what works well for you. Your journal gives you an instant connection to your inner self. It gives you an instant connection to your emotions. And there's something very encouraging to the self, very nourishing to the soul about writing out how you feel. When you write things down, it makes it real. And when you make it real, you can start to look at what the truth is about what's really going on in your life. When when I was first starting to better understand my identity. And I was kind of like thinking through my mind, like, well, if I am gay, like, I have to hide it from other people and I can't let people know. When I was starting to work through that and get out all of the negativity I was feeling, I start to really understand where I was with my own self-identity. Having a journal was like the one place where I felt like I could open up with no judgment, that I could let it all out without anyone criticizing what I had to say. And that is true self-acceptance, right? The idea of putting your feelings out there without being concerned about what other people are going to say. And I think before we can feel comfortable doing that from our throat chakra, we have to be comfortable doing that by writing it down. No, not everyone, but I know for me, that has been vital. You know, the way that I am honestly able to speak confidently to all of you when I come on these videos every day is because I write a lot. I write a lot, and the writing is at the base of my thought process. And when you are going through society, when you are growing up, when you are forming your identity of who you are, when you are met with, oh, well, this is how you should be living your life, and this is what you should look like, and this is what you should do with your career, when you are facing things like that, when you are facing crisis situations or traumatic situations, it can feel very overwhelming to walk through the world to keep that all in. You know, I always talk about we carry these pockets of trauma on our bodies all the time. And we carry them because we keep them in. And we don't allow ourselves to truly express them from without, you know? And I think for a lot of us, we don't really know how to do that. And the amazing thing about healing is facing what is happening, facing what is starting to challenge you, facing what is bothering you, facing what is just making you not feel comfortable, putting it down on paper and looking at it for what it is. And then once you face things, you can go through things. Once you give something a name and you write it down, you can address it as such. We are each given a unique and special gift, a rare gift that we are blessed with. And that gift is our light, the way that we were designed to show up in the world. But often, there's so many distractions from society and what we learn as we grow up about who we're supposed to be. It can be truly hard to weed out all the noise and figure out what that unique gift is. And that's why writing is such an effective tool for quieting the noise and focusing on what is true, what is real, who you are, your own unique narrative. Because we all have one right here that we've been given. The universe placed it inside of us. And I think the journey of life is unpacking and discovering that unique gift. And so when you start journal writing, you are essentially rewriting, recreating, or presently writing your narrative, your story, who you are for yourself, not based on what other people have told you about who you are. And I really want to emphasize that, because so often when we realize it, we've been going through life following a path that someone else had designed for us, whether it's our parents, our teachers, just our friends, the expectations that other people have held for us. We follow those expectations. But when we are able to let go of those expectations and allow the flow of our natural energy, our natural gift to come inside of us, that's life changing, life altering beautifulness. Right? They're two selves, really. There's the self that you feel at your core. You know, when you have those moments where you're like vibrating with high energy and you feel so good, and you radiate this feeling of like, I know this is who I am meant to be. I'm in my element right now, honey. I'm feeling good. Right? And then there's that other self that we project into the world based on what the world has reflected at us about who we are supposed to be. That need to impress, that need to meet the approval of. And when we allow ourselves to reflect through journal writing on the reality of those situations, on the reality of how we're feeling, on the reality of who we are, and we dedicate time to that connection with our inner selves regularly, wonderful things start to happen. Honestly, beautiful, amazing things start to happen. Because you, in writing in your journal, are connecting with yourself. Not with yourself through anybody else's eyes, with yourself through your own pen, through your own eyes, through your own soul. Removing the veil, taking off the mask, and just seeing yourself for who you are. And it's a really powerful thing to challenge yourself to do journal writing, because it's always surprising what truths come out when you meditate on a question, for example, of like, who am I? What do I want? And you keep asking yourself that question over and over again, every day, for let's say 7 days. New things will come to you. New answers will unfold to you. New versions of yourself that have been waiting to come out and reveal themselves to you will reveal themselves to you. Simply by dedicating time, quiet time, to writing in your journal. I'm telling you, I'm a journal enthusiast because it works, honey. It works. It has saved my life, honestly. Everything that I've ever wanted to accomplish, I've written it down in a journal and made it a reality. But it all starts with you. It all starts with you writing down what you want. It all starts with you reflecting on where you're at in life. It all starts with you being real about how you're feeling about situations. It all starts with you facing the things that may be traumatic for you, those pockets of trauma that you're carrying around, to release them, to write them down. I feel sad because. I feel excited when. I notice I get triggered if I see. So thinking about those kinds of prompts are very powerful for helping your mind to process and heal. I do the same thing every morning. I wake up and I say what I'm grateful for, and I always start with, wow, I'm here. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm so grateful. That's played such an important role in my life every day. Are there some days where I'm like, I don't feel like writing in my journal? Yeah, there are. But that doesn't mean I don't do it. Because every time I've done that, I have felt off. And I have felt a little bit unclear. When I dedicate a little bit of time with myself through the journal every single day, I get better at building a relationship with myself. I get better at loving myself. I get stronger at my self-love journey. I get better and stronger at articulating how I feel to others, because I understand how I feel for myself. But when you've never taken time to really write out how you feel, that can be confusing when someone asks you, who are you? What do you want? What are you about? I remember earlier on in my life, my early 20s, if somebody was to ask me, like, who are you? What do you want? I had no idea. I had no idea. Because that was a time period where I wasn't really writing my journal. I didn't really make time for myself. I had no idea what self-love meant. I equated confidence with cockiness. That was my thing. And that really comes from insecurity. But when you become more self-aware through writing out how you feel and what you want, it empowers you. Oh, it empowers you so much, because it gives you a clear sense of self, a positive sense of self. So I want to encourage you. There are no rules in journal writing. There's nothing right way or wrong way to go about doing it. There's none of that. All it requires is finding a clean piece of paper. It doesn't even have to be in a notebook if you don't have one. You can put some pages together. You can make a little book by ripping out a couple of pages and folding them. It's not about the journal aspect. It's about the writing aspect. It's about connecting to yourself, because the more that you connect with yourself, the more positivity you can truly bring into your life. The more that you speak positivity into your life, you write positivity into your life. I am successful. I am happy. I am grateful for X. I am grateful for Y. I am working on achieving this, right? And when you say I am, I always say this is the most powerful phrase in the universe, I am. Because you're putting a commitment out there. You're putting a commitment into the universe about who you are, right? You're solidifying for yourself who you are. So the more that you use positive language when you're writing about yourself, the more empowering you become. The more empowered your body and your soul and your mind feel. The more love that you speak into your life, that you write into your life, the more love you can give out. So how do you start? Open the page, honey, and write. You can start writing once a day for 5 minutes. And if you say to yourself, I don't really know what to write, think about a couple I ams that you want to write over and over again. I am powerful. I am strong. I am amazing. I am wonderful. I am beautiful. I am expensive. I am fabulous. Write those out. See how that makes you feel. And if there's something that's been circulating around your mind for a long time, write that out. Write down that thing that's been circling. And then ask yourself, why is this circling around my mind? I think often we are taught that it is selfish to spend time on yourself. And really, it is the opposite. It is vital to spend time with and on yourself. It is vital to take time to write out and reflect on your thoughts and feelings. It is essential for you to connect with yourself in a loving and powerful way every single day. And you can do that through journal writing, free writing. Free writing just means, writing whatever comes to mind, allowing yourself to write down whatever comes to mind, whether you are happy about what's coming out of the pen or you're not. But writing it down, getting it out. It's like how people say word vomit, it's like it just comes out. You want to have pen vomit. You want to be able to just let it all come out on the page so that you can see it for what it is. So that you can start to look at how you're thinking about, speaking about, engaging with yourself. So that you can start to understand how you're speaking about, thinking about, engaging with others in the world, because it's all connected. So I encourage you today to take 5 minutes. Find a journal in your house, a notebook in your house, a piece of paper in your house that is blank. Find a quiet spot in your house that's just for you for those 5 minutes. And write. If you're feeling like what to write, ask yourself, who am I? Keep writing it over and over. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And as you write it, you will find things flow to you. And when it flows, just write it. Whatever comes, no judgment. Journaling is a judgment-free zone, honey. That is your beautiful time for just being free, totally free. So don't get concerned with how you wrote it. If your spelling is right, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the therapeutic feeling of you writing your truth onto the page. I send you so much love, healing energy, gentleness, empowerment. Journaling, I think especially during this time, is something that is such an important tool. To write out your emotions is such an important tool. So I hope that you found some gems and jewels in this video that can really inspire you. I'm doing as many of these inspirational talks as I can on my journey to 35 at the end of this month. And I just send you so much love. I send you so much encouragement. Get to writing, my loves. It will change your life. 5 minutes a day. Who am I? I love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. May it inspire you. Share it with somebody that would really value from hearing this message. Empower the world with love. Because that's what you are at your core. You are love. I love you. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the next video. Keep shining that unique light that is yours, my love. Only you can show up in the world like you. I love you. Bye.